The Convention of Independent Financial Advisors kicked off their 13th International Forum in Monaco this week, bringing finance experts and policymakers together for spirited discussions about some of the most important topics in the world of financial economics today.
SIFA wants to sort of try and get a more and more organized and structured financial market, and which is not totally or nearly totally depending from financialization and from derivatives and other products which are not really of economic basis.
SIFA gathers people from all over the world and very diverse sensitivities, and I think it's through the interaction between the participants that new solutions or suggestions could be found to address those specific issues. They are well known for not hiding behind their shadow and speaking their mind out in a very constructive way.
SIFA, which recently received the highest general consultative status at the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations, brought financial perspectives directly into alignment with conversations about the global imperative of sustainable development on the first day of the forum, inviting senior United Nations officials and development experts to share their thoughts on how the private sector has been a key player in the new Sustainable Development Goals.
So it's the combination of number of variables that have come together where private sector is going to, we are very optimistic, engage in a far more visible and intense fashion than it did previously. And let's not forget, clear recognition by governments. Without partnerships, this agenda cannot be achieved. And that's a message which is unequivocal from all sides, developing countries, developed countries, and of course, the Secretary General has been repeatedly saying this. No one government can achieve it without the support of the private actors.
I stress to you the importance attached to the role of the private sector in reaching the Millennium Development Goals. A strong and stable international financial architecture responsive to the priorities of growth and development continues to be the priority of the General Assembly.
The world is in the final stages of designing a new set of Sustainable Development Goals, an agenda that will affect everyone on the planet. But there are still some lingering questions remaining, including how to pay for it. Financial experts and groups like SIFA are an important part of the process to ensure that the new SDGs are robust, inclusive, transformative, and perhaps most importantly, financeable.
That Millennium Declaration essentially was reproducing the United Nations Charter on what development should be. And what essentially were the key words at the time was that there can be no peace without development, and there can be no development without peace. And there can be no peace without security, and there can be no security without human rights.
With many participants underscoring SIFA's commitment to ethics in finance as important components to any global development framework.
To have ethical rules, not only for the state, but also for the taxpayer. I mean, everybody should be involved, but there could be a sort of code of conduct. And also for state exchanging information, what can they do with this information? Maybe protect integrity of the people. Don't sell this information and don't use it for a different purpose for what you have requested.
The first day concluded with an energetic and spiritual reminder that the human element is the most important factor in all decision making, political, economic, and social.
Responsibility, ethical investment, also responsibility toward the environment is more like based on things like crowdfunding, microcredit, cooperative banking, and just also, even for classical investors, is tapping in your basic human qualities of being a fair human being, a good human being, and trying to promote that in society. Wouldn't the society works better like that? So if financiers take on that train, then we can just congratulate ourselves that someone tried to do that.
Debates continue over the next 2 days, covering everything from taxes, transparency, economic growth, and good financial management. In Monte Carlo, Monaco, Brendan Pastor for South South News.